played the whole unanimous Rookie of the Year AP vote earlier in the day, but she is somebody who has shown an ability to roll with that chip on the shoulder for big bounce back performances, for big show 'em moments. This whole season has been a show 'em moment for Caitlin Clark, and in that ability to be the AP's Rookie of the Year, not only transcending the sport, but showing up and becoming the WNBA single season assist record holder, becoming the first rookie to have a triple-double, becoming the rookie to make the most three-pointers in league history. All of that can come back in a game two, and I hope that it does, because it was a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. I turned on the Sun Fever game during the NFL games yesterday because I wanted to watch that game, and I turned it on in the second half, and it was over. It went from a 14-point, 18-game point, 20-point.
It was a great game to watch.
Yeah.
It was
great for the Sun.
It was great for me.
I watched it.
It was great for me, start to finish, to watch the Sun eventually squeeze the life out of a young Fever team. Like, that was fun as hell for me to watch. Now, if I'm the Fever,
I want fun back and forth.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. For the Fever, play more through Aaliyah Boston. Run those pick and rolls. Get Aaliyah Boston in the high post without a defender on her, because both defenders go at Caitlin Clark, and then run Caitlin Clark off ball. Find a way to. Caitlin Clark has to do so much. She has to be the scorer. She has to be the facilitator. Like, let her just focus on being one of those things. And if you're going to let her focus on being the scorer, you have to play through other players. And I think Aaliyah Boston, particularly in that high post area, we've seen her make the right pass, make great passes. She can pull up and hit a nice jump shot. She's got a nice floater as well. She can get to the rim and get by people. Play through her in that high post area, because that's what the Sun do with AT. They're like, oh, okay, we need a bucket. Here, listen, go get us one for us, please. Either you do it or get somebody else to do it. She played really, really well. Bonner played really, really well. And Mabry played.
I'm sorry, but AT has a whole different skill set and quickness and physicality than AB does. CJ usually has great takes, but right now you're telling us that you want the Indiana Fever to run the ball through Aaliyah Boston, which we pretty much just did. And she was shell-shocked. AB's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I love what she's been doing, especially her vision this year. She's been making tremendous passes. She's had games where she finishes with 9 assists, 10 assists, 8 assists, 7 assists. And she's doing very well. She has a lot of setups. I get it. But the ball needs to run through Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry. So now we're going to determine based off one game after she gets poked in the eye and can barely see, the ball needs to run through someone else's hands? No. Chrissy Sides needs to make an adjustment, and it's not taking Caitlin Clark off the ball. So I'm not sure what we're talking about here. When you have people blitzing, why don't you have a Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, AB going to the ball? That has nothing to do with playing Caitlin Clark off ball. Maybe if we weren't running a slow offense, a slow, stagnant offense, they wouldn't be able to trap us. Maybe if the officiating wasn't so bad, or the scoreboard people weren't so bad, we wouldn't have to keep stopping and resetting our offense to let the defense get set for defense. Maybe. So maybe we should get out and run in transition what has been giving us success out of the break. Not Caitlin Clark playing off ball. Caitlin Clark didn't play off ball when they beat the Sun 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Caitlin Clark didn't play off ball. So I'm not sure what we're seeing here, but you know what they did do? They ran in transition. Lexi Hall ran. Kelsey Mitchell ran. They had easy transition buckets. They had outlet buckets. And we're not seeing any of that. We're not seeing any backdoor screens. We're not seeing any backdoor cuts. We're not seeing any of that. We're seeing stagnant play. They were shocked. The coach, Chrissy Sides, she had no game plan. She had nothing further planned. She had no plan B. There was nothing. She didn't see the adjustment. You got Bonner guarding Caitlin, and then that means there's got to be a mismatch somewhere. Where are we at? We have a problem with rotation. You started in Alyssa Smith. I don't know why. She wasn't aggressive at all. And it's not like the Fever didn't get their shots. They took the shots. They didn't make them. I think you start Dantas on the 4 spot. If she starts Alyssa Smith at the 4 spot, I will literally not understand what's wrong with Chrissy Sides. Literally. After what I saw Alyssa Smith do on defense when her girlfriend was driving, there's no way I would start her. So I really hope they got in the film room. You're crazy for saying run Caitlin Clark off ball. Who's going to run the ball? So you're talking, you want AB. You want the ball to run through AB. Not seeing that at all. Not seeing that at all. I think maybe AB could be a little bit more aggressive down low. I think if we hit some shots, that will open up AB's game. I think if AB starts to hit some of those mid-range shots, that will open up her game. So I just that take right there was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think the Fever will be fine. All in all, look, they're a young team. Nobody expects them to win the playoffs. I'm not making any excuses, but you got to understand, this is the Sun. This is a top 3, top 4 team with all veterans on their team, all grown, developed women, literally. And you're going against the Fever with the coach who clearly hasn't been in this moment before, clearly doesn't understand how rotations work, clearly doesn't know how to call a timeout when a team is going on a break, clearly doesn't know how to stop the bleeding, and clearly doesn't know how to have real control of their team or have any type of demand for their team. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And you know what it is? We expect so much out of the Fever. Now we're going based off one game of, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What changes need to happen? And I get it. There's only a 3-game series. They just beat this team, bro, and I know they could beat them. I know they could beat them. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it can be done. But it's not going to be done with Caitlin Clark off ball. The 2 assists from Caitlin Clark, the 2 turnovers from Caitlin Clark, I'm going to say it time and time again, it has proved to me that the Indiana Fever were playing slow basketball. They're playing slow. They got to pick it up. There's no physicality. There's just nothing going. And seriously, if we're not going to run, get the bench in the game. Get Wallace in the game. If we're not going to run in transition, instead of bringing Samuelson in the game, bring in Wallace. I don't want to see Samuelson in the game no more right now. Or, Katie, whatever her last name is. Put Wallace in the game. She's at least going to come out and play physical, play aggressive. Put her in the game. Please. So that's really all I got for today's video. I got plenty of content to get to. Man, but that take threw me off, CJ. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. What do you guys think? You think Caitlin Clark should run off ball? Do you? And I get it. Here's my thing, too. If she did run off ball, they would have to literally, Caitlin Clark would literally have to, try to tire these girls out. And that's another thing. I saw how the girls were huffing and puffing in the first half. And it's like, do we not see this? Are you guys tired? Because we need to run on them. They can't play with us. But instead, we started playing slow. They started taking their breath. And now they're playing their pace of game. And they just went crazy. So, look, man, that's all I got for today's video. I appreciate you guys. Oh, by the way, I did a great take on the Stephen A. to Shannon Sharp, that big video with Molly and I think it was Carter. It's on Game Day Uncut. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's on Game Day Uncut. I was not able to get it on this channel. So, yeah, it's going to be on Game Day Uncut. Besides that, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. I'm out.